We're going live, and I'm going to say what I want. All right? Because I don't give a damn. So you stay tuned. You stay listening, okay, Mr. CENA? Everybody else out there. I want you to listen up. Okay? I want you to listen up. First of all, we're going to wait till this stream goes out to everybody and it lets everybody know that I'm live. You guys share it everywhere. Give me some comments. Let me know the chat's working. Andre Corbiel's here. Donovan's here. We're going to start by giving John Cena the benefit of the doubt. We're going to start by putting ourselves in John Cena's shoes. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So if you guys are watching this on demand and not live, you're watching this not live, maybe you want to fast forward to the timestamp below that I put up. But, you know, as I delay a little bit to let everybody get in here. But for the rest of you guys, I'm ready to go. There is no AEW tonight, so I am doing as much as I can right now. I may be streaming live tonight as well, but I'm doing as much as I can right now in the car. I have a big thing to announce about a bunch of stuff, but we'll get to that later. Let's get right into the Cena stuff. Okay, so first of all, I've known John Cena to be kind of he plays to the whatever crowd he's in front of, right? Just like Hulk Hogan does it. The Rock does it a little bit, but I almost think The Rock is the most genuine. I don't know. That's how I feel. If I'm wrong and The Rock's a huge liar, then The Rock has suckered me. I don't know. Probably Stone Cold would be the most genuine, really, of all of them. But The Rock I think, is fairly genuine. Now, John Cena is a guy who's from Boston, Massachusetts. Not really Boston, but West Newbury, which is a bunch of people who have a good amount of money. You know, the average household income in West Newbury, Massachusetts, is something like $80,000 to $90,000. But he grew up in the mean streets, as they said, or whatever the hell they said, the streets of Boston. Like, that's not true. But he would constantly wear Yankees stuff.
Shit bomb!
Shit bomb.
You become
a
shit bomb.
Cena supports commies and enslavement.
That's a good point. Was that Garguts? Who donated that? Moss Blaze. What up, Moss Blaze? Moss Blaze, thank you for that donation. I don't know why that didn't pop up on the screen. I don't know why that's not happening. I really thought we were going to fix that. We'll try to fix that in a few minutes. But while we try to fix that, Moss Blaze, thank you for the donation. He supports the people that pay him. You see, this is the problem with China being in charge of everything. You're forced to conform to what they want. So you have to call Taiwan not a country. Because if you don't, China, who pays a large portion of your bills, are going to ban you everywhere. So we know that's going to happen. So I don't think that Cena is a communist or that Cena is whatever. He's a guy who likes money. See, if John Cena offends everybody in China by his mistake speaking, it can affect the entire movie. It can affect his fellow actors and actresses. It can affect a lot of people's lives. Him referring to something the wrong way. Now, I always ask myself, what would Captain Picard do in Star Trek? Right? Captain Picard was really good at negotiating stuff with aliens and respecting other worlds. You come down to a world and maybe that world doesn't like white people. Like, say that world was full of only like black aliens, and they absolutely were offended by the look of white alien humans. A lot of times I feel like the Federation would send down black representatives then to acquiesce to them. Picard would sort of do the same thing. Like, okay, they believe this, we don't, but we respect them because we're landing on their turf. And I think that that's what John Cena is trying to do here. He made the mistake of being correct by calling Taiwan a country, right? And by calling it a country, that affects China because they don't believe it is a country. It's an offensive thing to their country and to them. And now he has to sort of apologize profusely for this. And so now I'm getting called by my daughter on the phone, which is just classic. Thank you for the donation, Moss Blaze. We'll continue to talk. Picard would say, let's make sure history never forgets the name Enterprise. It's me. Shields up. Bomb the crackers. John Cena killed wrestling. So, I understand why Cena is playing diplomat. He's playing diplomat, though, not for the good, righteous reasons. He's playing diplomat for money, right? It's the same reason I would have to play diplomat if somebody who supported me greatly, did something. Hey, what's up, D. Welsh? D. Welsh, you didn't lose your job, did you? People are saying that. Why are they saying that? It's sort of the same way I had to diplomat my way through when D. Welsh did something that goes extremely against my morals. Right, D. Welsh? Like, I work full-time, moron. Oh, I didn't lose his job. Why are people saying that? Just fucking time. I mean, it's not a big deal. He was asking a question. D. Welsh did something that was against my morals and against my show and against what I would ever want to be done to anybody. And, I had to balance that act of, telling D. Welsh that I was upset at him and letting him know that we're not going to do that. And telling people that I didn't agree with it, as opposed to ignoring it completely or, saying that, well, fuck him, he deserved it, and D. Welsh is right, And D. Welsh didn't leave. He's still here, still supports the channel, and I didn't completely throw him away under the bus for that, and he didn't get mad at me when I criticized him for doing that. However, we know that China would, maybe, possibly something very bad would happen if CENA had not apologized. China's not going to take responsibility like D. Welsh
Duncachino?
Don't mind if I do.
What's my name? Duncachino. It's a whole new game. Duncachino. You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
People really think there will be a peaceful world. It's a lie. BS message like saying guys are girls and vice versa. Incoming. China hates the West.
Yeah, man, China's a weird... I think they love control. I don't know if they hate the West, because they certainly like our trade and money and involvement. I think they like us as long as we're, doing what they want, I suppose. But they are irritated severely by us in many ways. But we're also prodding them as well in other ways. Like the military exercises right at their doorstep aren't really helping things. But, John Cena will do anything for money, and that's all it's about with Cena. That's all that matters, is the money. But potentially, he was trying to protect his castmates, the movie, everything that they work so hard for that he gets involved in, and now he goes and says something like this. Now, what he said wasn't false, right? We all know, it's okay to say Taiwan is a country, because it is a country. But John Cena knows, or now knows, that you can't say that in China, because they don't consider Taiwan a country, and, they're a communist dictatorship. So he made a mistake to them and then apologized to them. Does that make him a bad person? I don't know. It does show a bit of spinelessness. It does show a bit of politicalness. He's playing politician for money, not for nothing else than money and the careers and money of the other people in the cast. But I would ask all of us, would we all do the same thing as John? And by the way, who was it that donated? I don't know why the donations aren't popping up, but we'll figure that out eventually. Let me see. It was Moss Blaze again, man. Moss Blaze, thanks for the $5. People really think there'll be peaceful world. It's a lie. Like saying guys and girls, yeah, incoming China. I mean, listen, there's never going to be peace anywhere because we're a warlike people. You know, it's just always seemingly going to be there, it feels like. There's always something that's going to happen somewhere. You can't trust anybody who's famous because they're deep in the Hollywood sectors. They're making so much money, you know. Don't trust anybody. That's basically it. You know, don't trust anybody. I thought CENA would never sell out. Well, he's a heavy sellout. I mean, unfortunately, for anybody that thought that. I mean, John Cena would wear a New York Yankees jersey if they were in New York, but he's from Boston. The guy would say, like, go Yankees, go this, go that, whatever. He's a clear actor. He'll do anything. Who knows who John Cena really is? Does anybody really know who John Cena is, besides being a psycho obsessed with towels and storage and stuff like that? I don't know. Now, this video isn't necessarily, this live stream isn't necessarily to just hate on Cena the whole time, because I'm also trying to see it from his perspective, right? Making so much money. I get it.
Absolutely, Joe. I did wrong. I accepted my wrongdoing. I accepted the harsh given remarks by you. I stood by who I am and stepped up to still be a brother of the community. Thanks, Joe, for everything you always do.
Thank you, D. Welsh, because without you, the show may have ended several times. So that's all you got to say about D. Welsh. But D. Welsh is different than Cena. You know, what Cena did, he was right with what he said. But he did offend a country, so he had to apologize for it. So what do you do? But I guess who cares about Taiwan, right? You know, fuck Taiwan, you know, who cares? But you know why no one cares about Taiwan? Because they're not paying the bills. You know what I mean? They're not paying the bills. So that's what it comes down to, is making money. Because if there was no money, and John Cena said, oh, you know, the country of Taiwan's been great or whatever, and then they said, oh, you can't say that Taiwan's not a country. A real person would say, okay, well, they are a country, so what? I'm sorry, what? Oh, well, we don't recognize them as a country, and what you said is offensive. Yeah? Sorry, I guess. I mean, that you guys, sorry that you're offended. I don't want to offend you. I apologize, but I mean, I don't take back the truth. Go fuck yourselves. But it's all about money, and it's all about those type of things, and I get it. So that's where Cena's at. Now, I heard some people defending him. I don't quite understand that. I don't understand defending Cena. I don't think he should be canceled. I don't know where all this cancel stuff is still coming from. Who cares about cancel? Like, that's just dumb. We're just calling him out. You know what I mean? Like, he knows what he did. And the weird thing about this is something everybody should be mad about. You know, not almost everybody. It's like, it's weird. I've seen, you shouldn't see anyone defending him, you know, for this. Other than understanding that he has to do this to make his money. But, so everybody, if you're defending Cena, that means you support China in saying that Taiwan is not a country, and John Cena should have apologized for calling Taiwan a country? So, if you're defending Cena, then you take that stance, which is crazy. There's nothing I want done of this. I just want to explain how I understand why he's doing it, and I understand that he's making money. You know what I mean? That's not a big deal. I hate the Fast and the Furious movies anyway. I couldn't give a shit. I'm sure it will be really bad with him in it. But the bottom line is, I get why he's doing what he's doing. Because he likes money. And these people all like money, and they're all in Hollywood, and they're all psychos. Although recently, it's funny that recently Hollywood's starting to turn on China. Because China's starting to ban stuff there again, and they're disallowing things, and they're not paying up anymore as much as they were. So if you guys haven't noticed this, you can go look it up. In Hollywood, they're actually starting to throw China under the bus again, finally. Because they're not going to be working with them anymore as much. So many movies will get made now that wouldn't have gotten made before. Entire movies have been altered because they didn't want to offend China in some way or the other. So it's crazy. Listen, who cares? Who wants to interfere in other people's affairs? Nobody does. What's a country? What's not a country? What's a city over there? I don't know. But they thought movies couldn't sell without China. Now they think that now they're not doing well in China anyway because they're not getting any plays. They're not getting anything done. But I don't know. What up, Eric Chambers? How you doing, man? What's up, everybody? We can talk about anything you guys want today. I just put the big headline up, to get that attention drawn. John Cena, is he a scumbag? Is he not a scumbag? I don't know. Leave in the comments. We'll talk about it further. This coffee's kicking in, and I'm becoming insane. He's not apologizing because he's worried about not getting money from China. He's apologizing so they aren't waiting to arrest him when he goes back there. Yeah, that might be one of the things, too. Wouldn't it be funny if they did arrest him? Maybe then you'd see how ridiculous everything is over there. They arrest John Cena. I don't support communists. Cena wasn't being supportive. He didn't want to interfere in their business. Well, he did interfere in their business. But saying something isn't interfering in their business in that way, I do understand why he apologized. And now let's take Cena's side for a second, though. Like you said, he's kind of playing politician in a way that you would expect. He apologized with beautiful empathy in Mandarin to China, which it is good to respect other cultures and their things, like whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't know but I don't think that would be happening if it wasn't for the money. I think if there was no money involved, I don't think this would be happening, whatsoever. Chris Skywalker says, Star Wars or Star Trek? I'd definitely go Star Trek. And Star Wars is a mess now, but so isn't Star Trek, so I guess that doesn't matter. Oh, for anybody that does drop a dono, use the stream, the Perfect Sparrow link in the chat or down below. Just don't use the Evil Spectrum one right now because it's not hooked up to this phone right now. So use the Streamlabs one or Superchat, whichever one works. It's fine. What up, Big Merc? Yeah, I'll be going live tonight, but no AEW, none of that. No, go inside. Jesus. Yell at the daughter. If I want to give Star Trek a chance, where do you start? That's the most common thing ever with Star Trek. It's hard to say. It's only hard to say because I grew up in the, watching Star Trek The Next Generation, and it was 1988 or 1987 when we started watching it, and I love Star Trek, so it's... The first season of Star Trek The Next Generation is a little bit cheesy. It almost has a lot of the 1960s original Trek in it a bit, while it tries to find itself. And then in the second season, they get rid of the Doctor, it's weird. And, but I still think you should start from the beginning. But I think that if you start with The Next Generation, that you should start The Next Generation. However, there's two things you could do. Start from the very first episode, which the first season is a little rough. I love it. I still love it. But the first season is very sci-fi, very dated, rough. Same thing with the second season even, and probably around the third season, it starts to pick up better. Much better. And then it gets really good by the, 4, 5, 6, and 7 seasons. It gets really good. And it won awards in the last few seasons, I believe. So I would start with The Next Generation. That's just me. I just love The Next Generation. Whatever you first saw, you'll typically find that some people love DS9, Deep Space Nine, and those people kind of like fight with the TNG people because they feel like they're two different they're two sort of different styles, I think. I don't know, in a way. I don't know. Deep Space Nine's my least favorite one. But, I don't know. My favorites are The Next Generation. So the other thing you could do is start with a good episode, like a really good episode of The Next Generation. Watch that really good episode, see if you like it. And if you do, then start back at the very beginning. But you can watch any episode at any point almost, and there's not a lot of history, right? That's the good thing about The Next Generation. Every episode is a different episode. There's no need, there is some things that you need to know or that you could know, but really it doesn't matter. Each individual episode kind of is its own episode or story, so I don't know. I guess if you like psychological stories, I like The Inner Light a lot. It's like an episode where like an alien probe taps into the mind of the captain out of nowhere, and he like lives a whole life. It's crazy. It's a really weird episode. I'd watch The Inner Light if you like that sort of thing, like psychological, like thought-provoking shit like that. I don't know. But then if you like space battles, then maybe you want to watch the Borg part. What's the two-parter Borg episode where the Borg assimilate the captain? What anybody remember what the hell that's called? I forget what the two-parter's called. Somebody will know it in the chat. But we'll talk about John Cena now again in a second. Adnan Virk is calling fights on Cam Soda in a few weeks. I think Virk seemed like a nice guy. He just didn't make any sense for that Raw team. Like, it just didn't make sense. From the day one, we said, we said he was going to last 2 weeks or whatever, and the guy basically did. I'm actually surprised, to be honest. Yes, he hates kids. That's why he doesn't want any of them. That's with Nikki Bella. Yeah, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. You know what I mean? That the fact that he doesn't. Oh, I don't want kids. I hate kids, or that sort of thing. That's a little bizarre, right? Probably. What up, Welsh? Oh, my son just hit me up for wiffle ball. Looks like I'm going to be playing some wiffle ball. Let's go. Let's go. What's up, Jazzy Utah?
Shit, bomb.
Oh, shit.
I don't usually hang out in the chats, but I've been listening for like 7 years. Fuck. That's a long time. I'm a Patreon member as well under my actual name. Keep up the great work, my brother.
Oh.
Let's go.
Shardy Janetti, thanks, man. Did you hear my UFO podcast then earlier? I was kind of all over the place, but it was like 40 minutes or something, but I thought it was interesting enough. I put it up on Patreon. It's 40 minutes. If you heard it, thank you. Shardy Janetti, one of the best names ever. Shardy Janetti, Brett the Shipman Fart, and there's a couple other ones too. What else we got? Yeah, the guy from MMA is coming to Raw, apparently, the bald guy. I don't know. People keep talking about how he's bald. I guess that Vince wouldn't do that. Yeah, Celtics look done. They're a mess. They are a mess. Luckily, I'm not really watching that much, but yeah, they got smoked the other day. The Bruins look good, though, so I'm happy about that. Man, this fucking caffeine is kicking in, man. I'm feeling like I'm going to come unglued any minute. I support China and CENA. It's a media one. I support, not attacking them. Big Merc been around since Monetize This 90. Jesus. That's crazy. That's right around the time when I didn't know what I was doing with Monetize This. Everybody left. Crazy. We're kind of in that period now. Again. Who do you think is worse? Virk or Josh Matthews? Oh, God. Virk's... I don't know, man. Matthews is more annoying. He drives me nuts on commentary. I don't know why. His cadence and the way he speaks pisses me off. But I think Josh Matthews is probably better at calling wrestling than Virk. His cadence just happens to drive me nuts. But that's, So I have to say Josh Matthews, I guess. Crazy Steve! God, the way he speaks, dude. Sometimes, if I'm ever calling wrestling and I say anything somewhat like him, oh my God, I'm like, get so angry. I don't know why. I like Matt Stryker, though. Yeah, Matt Stryker is great. Look at my face from all the allergies. It's like, dude, I'm going to need one of those facial things that does this. Look, to make me look younger. What's up, guys? You guys want to go back to my apartment? What's up? Well, I've had lots of coffee, Sam, man. I'm halfway done this cup, and I'm rocking everywhere from it. I'm having fucking breathing issues from it. Mickey K9. You gonna watch Dark Side of the Ring? Yes, I am. Don't be surprised. Me, John Cena is right in the same communist ass-kissing bracket as LeBron the Goof James. Yeah, LeBron James really is a scumbag. Sorry. I'll tell you something, man. Kobe Bryant, what a way better person than LeBron James. Kobe Bryant, way better person than LeBron James, right? Other than the infidelity, I think. But, you know, I keep having these issues where I forget Kobe's dead. Like, it's so weird. I tweeted about it the other day. It's like, dude, I'm a Celtics fan. I'm not even a Kobe fan at all. I just, seen Kobe all the time. He's a celebrity. You see him all the time on the internet or in the highlights, or you hear about him or whatever. And I remember watching him a lot when I was watching basketball. Back when Jordan was leaving and he was showing up as a rookie. All that stuff over the years. And it's just weird that he's dead. Like, sometimes I see a picture of him or something. I'm like, oh yeah, Kobe. Fuck Kobe. And then I'm like, oh wait, he's dead. And then I'm like, what? It's weird, dude. His death is the weirdest death I think I've ever. None of us know any of these people, so it's like stupid. But I don't know. Cena said he does want kids when he's older. He's like 40 something. What the fuck? What's he, crazy? Cena's a weirdo. Let me tell you that. He is a weirdo. I'm not saying anything bad has to happen. I'm just saying the guy's a weirdo. He's a badass though. He gets shit done. He fucking very, very powerful guy, brain-wise, I believe. Really great work ethic. All that stuff. But, to say that, someday he's gonna have kids, when he's fucking 50? With what, a fucking 30-year-old? Because women can't have kids, really, after 40. So, who's he going to have a fucking kid with? A 30-year-old? Team China, Cena, and LBJ versus Team USA, Kurt Angle, and Taker at Survivor Series. They should do a flag on a pole match. But John Cena's got to get the China flag. Is Cena distant with his mom? That would maybe make sense. Why he's got a woman thing. I don't know. Yeah, John Cena does have kids from a first marriage. That's what I always believe why he didn't want kids. Because I think that he was like, fuck, I don't want to get screwed again. Yeah, doesn't John Cena have a kid with somebody else? Or am I thinking of Tom Brady? Maybe I'm just thinking of Tom Brady. I think I'm thinking of Tom Brady. Am I going to see the new Space Jam movie? Hell no. Hell the fuck no. Not with that scumbag LeBron James and the scumbags that made the movie from China. Nope. 100% no. But what I will do is rewatch the original Space Jam. That's what I'll do. I believe I can fly. Then I pissed on people. It's okay, R. Kelly. Imagine if back then you were like, yo, this guy pisses on people. Oh. They'd be like, oh, wow, you conspiracy people. They'd be like, no, dude, he really pissed on people. Really pissed on underage people. Like, okay. Like, you were like, yo, R. Kelly pisses on underage girls and people. You'd be like, yeah, okay, take your tinfoil hat off, okay? Like, all right, relax. Imagine if you could go back in time and just tell yourself like in the early 90s, stuff like this. Like, go back in the early 90s and tell yourself, Donald Trump's going to become president. R. Kelly pisses on kids. Bill Cosby has, like, raped 30 women horrifically. He's going to go to jail for it. There's an island somewhere where they take, like, underage kids so Hollywood celebrities and politicians can fuck them. The Pentagon is going to admit that they have all these videos of UFOs and they don't know what the fuck they are. And they're going to... the footage is going to get released and there's nothing the Pentagon can do or will do about it. But they'll acknowledge it's real. But they don't know what it is. What else can we say? Like, and race division will be worse in 2021 than it is in 1990. Because people are crazy. And we're all going to be walking around with cell phones that look like Star Trek fucking tablets. And we'll have the power of more powerful computer in our hands than any computer the government has right now in the fucking Pentagon. You know, your head would explode in 1990 or 1995. Like, your head would just fucking explode. So, crazy. Joy, like watching you mature and grow. Enjoy the newer videos. Thanks, Aaron. I don't know if I ever will mature, though. I mean, I'm pretty fucking weird, you know? When it comes down to it. I'm pretty childlike. You know, I'm always going to be very young at heart and sort of...
Shit bomb!
I don't know, ignorant or something? I don't know.
Become a shit bomb.
COVID breakout at my work. Stupid people not being honest about being sick. Anyways, Joe, I love you. F Bullfrog's corpse.
F Bullfrog's corpse, everybody. Let's start that. Let's bring that back, man. Forget F Tommy's corpse. He's dead, so it's all good. F Bullfrog's corpse, everybody. Raise a glass. Everybody in the chat. F Bullfrog's corpse. Cody Mastro, thanks, man. I'm sorry that's happening at your work. That's fucked, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know why. Well, now that a lot of people are kind of downplaying it, so, like, they don't care. But, yeah, they should be careful still. You know, it's kind of ridiculous. I was hoping that my son came out here and said, like, what's up? But he hasn't yet. Maybe I will, Blizz Kid. I don't know. I try not to give his fat ass any attention, though. D. Welsh is mad. The Capitals got beat by the Bruins. What's up, Cody Mastro, man? Thank you again for that. Shout out to the producers. We're going to have the producers deal on Sundays, so look for that. I also put out a 40-minute UFO podcast today, which was interesting. He's not mad. He's okay. I'm kidding. Do I watch the best of the worst? Of course. Are you talking about Red Letter Media or the whatever? Are you talking about Red Letter Media? I love Red Letter Media, man. I love Star Trek, though, so yeah. I'd have to go. I like Star Wars, but I just have to go Star Trek.
You become a shit bomb.
What if John Cena apologized to Japan? L. Paul didn't.
Wait, what if John Cena apologized to Japan? Luke Paul didn't. That's a good point. Well, the problem is John Cena apologized to China. You know? For something that's
shit bomb.
A lot different than what Paul did. What Jake Paul did was fucking crazy.
Let's bang woo.
What's up, Garguts? Thanks, Ty Sloan, for the donation. Thanks, Garguts. I show up just as Red Letter Media is brought up. What up, Rojas? Yeah, I really like... I've always loved Red Letter Media for years. They're like the best. I download a lot of their things in case they ever go away so I can keep them. Because there's some of the best shit, you know, out there. You know? Changing the narrative, now the Chinese flu originated in the lab, says Texas South. Yeah, well, we don't know that yet, but we do know that they're actually looking into it. It's weird that when Trump wanted to look into it, that was a bad thing, and he was a crazy racist psycho. But now that Joe Biden says we'll look into it, and Anthony Fauci says, you know, we should look into it more, that's okay.
Shit bomb!
Fucking weird.
You become...
Very fucking weird.
Thoughts on Zack Snyder and John Abrams?
Zack Snyder, I like Zack Snyder's sort of dark, monotonous movie making somewhat. I kind of like Zack Snyder's movies. I like that he puts a lot of depth into them. The other name you said, I don't know who that is. But not a big Zack Snyder fan, I guess. He's good. I think he's good though. He's better than a lot of other people, no doubt about it. But yeah, I like Zack Snyder. It's just I'm not like blown away by him or something. You know what I mean? But you know, I think directors are hard for me to figure out. He's like, I don't know. He's like, Zack Snyder is good at making a long, drawn-out story or song or whatever show, with a lot of depth, but not a whole lot of, just bling like J.J. Abrams. But J.J. Abrams movies always lack substance, man. They always have the big device at the end or the big goofy thing. And it goes back to Star Trek with J.J. Abrams. Even his pal. Who's the guy that made Star Trek Picard? There's always a McGovern or whatever you want to call it. Or there's always some kind of device or some kind of fucking just goofy shit that happens at the end. Right? There's always, or like some machine at the end or some, like in Picard, I forget who the guy is. Who's the guy? Fuck, god damn it, what's his name? Who's the guy that wrote for J.J. Abrams on a bunch of shit, including Star Trek?
That's a pretty good shot.
What did you throw?
It was just some little dead piece of branch.
Oh. At the glass window?
It wouldn't break it.
Yeah, Gavin texted me and said something about wiffle ball.
There's a wiffle ball bat on the couch. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I want to play wiffle ball, but Daddy's been in the car forever.
Shit!
Oh, tell him I'm going to come in a minute. I've been waiting. He texted me a few minutes ago.
He's like, he's never coming in. Like,
What if it was The Rock who apologized to China?
Oh, I'll be right in. Tell him I'll be in a minute.
all you wanted for like 11 years is someone to play wiffle ball with you. He's waiting.
I've been asking him for days. We keep missing it. But yeah, go tell him. Go tell him I'm coming in a minute. Gavin's sitting inside with a wiffle ball bat waiting for me, I guess. What up, Ty Slum? What if The Rock who apologized to China? I think he would still get the same shit, to be honest. I think The Rock would never get in this position because he's too smart. He'd be like, oh, I know what's up with them in China. I ain't going to say that. That ain't going to come out of my mouth. He would just talk. All he would do is talk up China. That's all he would do. And if he went to Taiwan or was talking to Taiwan, you know, he would talk carefully. You know, I just don't think he would screw it up. I don't even think he'd get in this position. But yeah, I think The Rock would apologize potentially. But yeah, that's a hard one. I'm not sure. Probably. I think Hogan would definitely apologize because he's a coward. John Cena would apologize because he likes money. And Hogan too, so they both would apologize. The Rock probably would too. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's funny because I've been waiting all day to play wiffle ball with Gavin, and he was like, no. But now he's like, I want to play. And I'm like, I just started my stream. But I'm going to come back on a little bit later. So, guys, hit me with the questions real quick. If you want to drop a dono, feel free to do that. Keep the shows pumping. And do whatever you can, you know what I mean? Like 2 more minutes here real quick. And then I will, it's going to start lightning out soon. I heard too, some kind of storm. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yo, what up, Almighty One? How you doing? How you doing, brother? You getting a big one? Almighty One. He's the Almighty One. Thank you, Ty Sloan. How you been, man? Zack Snyder. John Abrams. So, who's John Abrams directing? I can't remember. Sometimes names start slipping out of my head, you know. Alex Kurtzman wrote Picard. There you go. Thank you, Luke Rojas. Yeah, Alex Kurtzman. We do have cicadas out here, Will. Alex Kurtzman always writes some kind of device. Like at the end of Picard season 1, it's like, oh, we suddenly have this, let me explain this device that I suddenly have that can do magic, basically. And it's like, dude, that's so fucking annoying. You're in the last episode, then someone brings you something and goes, this thing can do anything you want. Like, what? And then they use it, and then they win at some point because of it. It's like, man, that's fucking bullshit. It's fucking annoying. I don't really like iced coffee that much unless it's like blazing hot out. It's got to be blazing hot. By the way, hit the like button, guys, and share this video everywhere. What do you guys think about John Cena? Is John Cena a scumbag? Is he rightful? Is he right for doing what will make him his money? Or is he a turncoat?
Bomb!
You tell me.
You become a shit bomb.
Thoughts on why the bear didn't help the pig?
That's a good point. Probably because he's a scumbag. I feel bad for Alexa and her pig. Even though she had no problem with a midget from New York being bullied and his parents' addresses being doxxed and him being attacked. Even though Alexa Bliss didn't care about that. And she by all accounts sucks. I do feel bad for her and her pig. No doubt about it. So I do feel bad. The Sneaker Addict says he's returning all his John Cena dolls. At least you called them dolls. Most people wouldn't do that. So at least you manned up on the fact that you have fucking dolls, Sneaker Addict. So that's, that's okay. I mean, you might as well, Sneaker, on your channel, the next video I expect you to make is you putting on pink Jordans and lipstick at this point, after that comment. But yeah, if you want to, listen, just call them what they are. Love dolls, yeah. You rub the doll on your shaft every other week and get it on. Now, I will say this. I'm going to be back later with another video, with another stream, so I hope to see you guys tonight for that. I may be playing video games, or it may be a big hangout thing, or maybe a show. I don't know, but I'll be live tonight. I love you, Sneaker Addict. This is fucking hilarious. EC3 was great. The podcast we did was great, I think. You're going to like it. EC3's movie is coming out Thursday. The Control Your Narrative, Free the Narrative. It's coming out Thursday at 8 p.m. He's given me a special coupon code for you guys, as you know, Free Cronin. When you type in Free Cronin, you're going to get 20% off Free the Narrative. It's available on Vimeo for $14.99. 20% off Free Cronin. I'm going to be reviewing it and talking about it. So I hope that a lot of you guys will go buy it, use the coupon code, and we can all talk about it. Maybe, give it some support so we can all talk about it. I'd like to be able to have other people that saw it as well. I'd like EC3 to realize how powerful our reach is over here, too. If he sees a ton of you guys purchase it, he's going to be pretty impressed with that, I'm sure. He was awesome. He's been awesome for years to me behind the scenes. And so it was great to finally do a full little podcast with him. And then also be able to promote something so important to him that he worked hard on, that they spent a lot of time on, that got pushed off and on because of the pandemic. They put a lot of work into it. And so if you're somebody out there...
Pig Alexa is wasting food. She turned his ass into sausage.
Well, fuck that pig. Thank you for the $6. Jesus. I wouldn't be able to eat my own animal. If I have chickens, I told Leah this, I can't eat my own chickens. I could sell them to someone else to eat. But I just don't think that I can eat the things that feed me. I think that something gross about that. I can't do it. And I certainly couldn't do it to my pet. It's a funny joke, but you can't do it. Now, does she not eat bacon? She must not eat bacon, because every time you ate it, you'd be thinking of your goddamn animal. But I feel bad for her. Oh, I'll never get a Raw announcing gig. I'll never get anything. I'll never be hired. My dream will never happen. It's a dream that won't happen. Potentially why I'm always so bitter. But that being said, I'm going to go play wiffle ball with my son. I do have to come on and do a stream later again because I need the ad revenue, donations, and I want to provide more content for everybody. I gotta be back later tonight, so I'll see you guys later tonight for that. But since Gavin's home and he's around, I want to play wiffle ball. So normally I would do it earlier in the day. So thank you guys to everybody who dropped a couple bucks. I appreciate that. And thanks to everybody who supports me, man, on Twitter, JCS Commentary, Facebook.com/Joe Cronin Show, my Instagram, Patreon. I have a 40-minute podcast about UFOs that I put up. You can download it in audio form right now up on Patreon. Let me know what you think about it or what your experience is with what I sort of dove into there, and then we can go to the next episode and talk about it further. So let me know about that as well. Everybody else, thank you so much for being here. You're at the Islanders game now. I think the Islanders are going to win. Penguins are number 1, though, man. I don't know. That's going to be crazy. Fuck, man. I'm just happy to watch hockey. I can't wait to watch the game a little bit later. Thanks, Frost. Trey says, F China. Do you think CENA's a scumbag? All right, guys. I will see you later. I'll have more later, okay? Promise. We'll see you then. Who dropped the biggest dono here? I guess Fuck That Pig did. Thanks to Fuck That Pig for dropping $6, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. I'll see you tonight, okay? And if you haven't become a patron, feel free to try that out if you want to support me at all. And like I said, free Cronin for Free the Narrative on EC3's new 1 hour and 20-minute Odyssey that's coming out Thursday night at 8 p.m. Really excited for that. He also says you guys are the most creative trolls ever, so that's interesting. We'll see you guys tonight.